Have you ever sat at your kitchen table staring at your bills and thinking, what if we just sold everything and moved somewhere beautiful, sunny, and affordable? Well, you're not crazy. Lots of Americans are already doing it. And one of the most popular spots they're going? The Algarve. This is the southern coast of Portugal. 300 days of sunshine a year, miles of golden beaches, dramatic cliffs, fresh seafood, and a slower pace of life that makes you wonder why you didn't move here sooner. But here's the big question I hear all the time. How much money do I really need to retire there? Is it even worth selling your house in the US and starting fresh? And will you actually be happy with what you can afford? Today we're breaking it all down, and by the end, you'll know exactly what kind of life you can have in the Algarve. Whether you're living on $2,000 a month, $4,000 a month, or more than $6,000. Sound good? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about how you actually move here. Americans can't just show up and say, "Hi, I live here now." You need a visa to stay more than 90 days. The most popular option for retirees is called the D7 visa. And here's where I want you to pay close attention, because this is where a lot of people get confused. The D7 visa is basically Portugal's way of saying, if you can support yourself with your own money and you don't need a job here, we'll let you stay. It's perfect for retirees, people living off investments, rental income, or any passive income. What exactly do you need to apply? Portugal wants to see that you make at least the equivalent of Portugal's minimum wage every month. That's about $820 a month, or roughly $900. But in reality, most consulates want to see more than just the bare minimum, closer to $1,200 to $1,500 a month for one person. If you're bringing your spouse, you'll need about 50% more, and about 30% extra per child, as long as they are not older than 18 years old. What counts as income? Social Security, pension, rental income, dividends or investments, and annuities. If you also have savings, even better. Many applicants open a Portuguese bank account and deposit 10,000 to 20,000 euro to show they have a cushion. Second, you have to show you already have housing arranged. That could mean a 6 to 12 month rental lease, a home you've already purchased, or even a signed agreement with a friend or family member hosting you. This might feel strange, signing a lease before your visa is even approved, but that's how Portugal does it. Third, you'll need a certified FBI background check from the US to show you don't have a serious criminal history. Fourth, because you won't qualify for Portuguese public health care at first, you'll need private health insurance that covers you in Portugal for at least the first year. Plans typically cost $100 to $200 a month. Finally, you fill out the D7 application form, write a short letter explaining why you want to move, include your passport, some passport photos, your FBI background check, proof of income and housing, and pay the visa fee. Then you submit it all to the Portuguese consulate. After approval, you get a visa stamped in your passport, fly to Portugal, and finish the process there, where they give you a residence card. Also, don't forget to get your Portuguese tax number, NIF, before applying. You can get it through a lawyer or fiscal rep in Portugal. It's a lot of paperwork, but totally doable. Now let's talk about what kind of life you can actually have here in the Algarve. Because not everyone's experience is the same. Meet 3 Americans. All of them sold their homes back in the United States, bought property here in the Algarve outright so they don't pay rent, and now live very different versions of retirement. First up, Debbie. Debbie lives on just under $2,000 a month from Social Security and a little pension. Back home in the United States, she was just surviving. But here she bought a small charming apartment in the fishing town of Olhão, where prices are still more affordable than in the big resort towns. Her apartment cost about 140,000 euros, which she paid for by selling her United States house. Her monthly expenses are modest. Utilities and internet are about 150 euros. Groceries are around 350 euros. She uses the bus and trains for about 50 euros and pays 100 euros for health insurance. Once a week she treats herself to fresh seafood at a little family-run restaurant. All told, she lives comfortably on about 1,400 to 1,600 euros a month, with enough left over for the occasional day trip or emergency. For Debbie, Portugal and the Algarve is her little slice of peace and sunshine. Next, we have John. John has about $4,000 a month from his pension and investments. This is the sweet spot. John bought a lovely 2-bedroom apartment in Lagos, one of the Algarve's most picturesque towns. He enjoys dinners out at nicer restaurants and weekend trips to Spain and France. He also owns a small car, which gives him the freedom to explore the coast whenever he wants. John's monthly expenses come to about 2,500 to 3,000 euros, leaving him plenty of room for travel, hobbies, and savings. For John, the Algarve feels like the retirement he always dreamed of. Beautiful, relaxed, and full of life. And finally, Linda. Linda has over $6,000 a month from her Social Security and investments accounts. She bought a sleek modern villa in the upscale resort town of Vila Moura, complete with a pool and ocean views. She also rents a smaller beach house in Montegordo for summer getaways. Linda enjoys private chefs, spa treatments, and weekend trips to Paris or Morocco. She even has a housekeeper and a gardener. Her monthly spending are around 5,000 euros a month, but she's not worried about a thing. For Linda, the Algarve is a luxury lifestyle, but at a fraction of what it would cost in California or Florida. So, what's the catch? Well, a few things. The paperwork can feel slow and confusing. You still have to file taxes in the United States and in Portugal every year. Housing prices, even here in the Algarve, have been rising, especially in the most popular towns. And in smaller fishing villages, don't expect everyone to speak English. But you know what? Every American I've met here says the same thing. It's absolutely worth it. So here's the deal. If you've got under $2,000 a month, you can still live modestly in a smaller Algarve town, but still enjoy the sunshine and sea. If you've got $4,000, you can live comfortably in almost any part of the Algarve, with plenty left over for travel and hobbies. And if you've got $6,000 or more, you can live like royalty. So, could you call the Algarve home? Maybe it's time to find out, but before you make any decision, take a trip to Portugal and research a lot. This is a decision that will have a significant impact to your life. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, please subscribe if you want more tips about retiring abroad and personal finance topics. And hey, leave me a comment below. Would you rather live modestly in a fishing village or go all out in a resort town? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.